What's up, guys? Did you ever see that South Park episode where Cartman, like every time somebody said, "I'm sailing away"? If you're a big South Park fan like me and my wife are, then you'll remember that episode. And every time Cartman heard that, he had to finish the entire song. Well, there's a name for that. And basically what it is that our brains like closure. So with a business, there's so many tasks that we need to get done at any given moment, at any given day, that makes it really tough on our brains and our mental capacity because we don't always get everything done. And our brains like closure. If I was to sit here and say, I'm going to draw a circle, and I don't finish it, just like I did, I went about three-fourths of the way, your brain wants me to complete that. So you may have even be doing that right now or thinking that in your head, like I'm going to complete that circle. That's because we like closure. And that was the same thing that was happening with Cartman. Every time he hears the beginning of the song, he has to finish it all the way to the end because he has to have closure. What that is called the Zeigarnik effect. And it was founded by a 1920s Russian psychologist named Bluma Zeigarnik. And what she found was that if you have a whole big laundry list of tasks to do and you complete them all at the end of the day, you are a lot less likely to remember all those tasks because your mind had closure on them. Now, if you got interrupted and you didn't complete those tasks, then what would happen? You were twice as likely to remember what you needed to do to complete the task. So the Zeigarnik effect can be beneficial or it can be detrimental to ourselves as business owners. The way that it can be beneficial is that when we have something open that's not completed, it helps us remind us. It creates tension in our mind that we've got to get this thing done. And that tension is good because it can be a force to push us to go get that thing done. That's great. Now, what happens when we have bigger tasks, longer term goals, is that it can be detrimental because if we're not taking steps towards hitting those long-term goals each and every day, then what happens is that tension can turn into negative self-talk. And when that negative self-talk happens, then there's a multitude of effects that can happen to us, to our physiology. Like, it's harder to go to sleep at night. Your mental clarity is not as good because this is taking up space. It's taking up memory and space in our head, so we can't move on, get closure and move on. So in order to keep this from happening to us, because it can also create, when we're looking at a great big task and we're not entirely sure what we need to do, then that procrastination that happens, then the tension sets in. And then we get on this cycle. So in order to stop that from happening, for number one, we got to be kind to ourselves. We can't be beating ourselves up just because we didn't get anything, we didn't feel like we really got anything accomplished that day. Because with business, like I said in the beginning, there's so many open loops all the time that take up space in our mind. Now we're twice as likely to remember them because they're open, but that could be so detrimental to us. So the best thing to do is whenever this negative self-talk comes up, just say, so what? Or, okay, I'm okay with this. Just tell yourself. And here's a funny thing that you can do is any time whatsoever that you have this negative voice inside of you saying, this is just too hard. I can't do this. I don't know, not sure what to do. I might as well just quit, whatever. Whatever that negative voice says to all of us at some time or some point in our lives, is personify that voice. Give it a name. I call mine Earl. So Earl, shut the fuck up. When Earl wants to come up and talk shit to me, I just tell him, shut the fuck up. So personify that voice and make a game out of it. It's kind of funny. Whatever that voice is, could be somebody that, you strongly disagree with or that you don't get along with. You could use that as a name. or you can copy my name, call him Earl. Anyhow, the other thing that we can do is to chunk our goals down. You know, it's planning. We just got to plan. And as long as we're taking these baby steps, you know, success is a game of inches. So as long as we're constantly taking baby steps and checking stuff off the list, if you're a list person, or at least know that you're making progress towards your end goal, what you're shooting for, whether that's profit or productivity or you know, getting that building or expansion, whatever it is, hiring more employees. Like, as long as we're making baby steps towards that, then you're going to sleep better at night, and it's not going to have these emotional and physiological effects on your body because of this open loop in your mind. So hope this helped, guys. Be sure to chunk stuff down. Be kind to yourself. Anytime that negative voice comes up, tell him where to shove it. And if you're wanting to grow your business and you're not sure how, or you're not sure what to do about it, there's been several times throughout my career where I thought, yeah, I'm just not sure what the next step is. I'm not sure what to do. And now each time I go to another level, I find myself at that same place again. I'm like, what's the next step? But if you haven't grown to at least $2 million in your company, I can tell you what the next step is. So I can close this loop for you right now and get this zygomatic effect out of your brain by just going ahead and going and signing up at www.hvacserviceready.com. Sign up for the business membership plan and reach out to me at hvacmillionaire@gmail.com. Be happy to have a conversation with you, see if there's anything that I could share to help you move to the next level. So, guys, I hope this helped. And remember, chunk the stuff down. Be kind to yourself. That's the way we can tackle this open loop on our long-term goals. So, love you guys. Go make money.